Hello there, orchestra. Thank you so much for being in my class this year. I wanted to make the first of, I hope, many useful practice videos. Students often feel a little lacking in direction when they're home practicing, so we're going to be making these videos for each class throughout the year to assist you in your practicing. So if you play along with me, you'll be pretty good if you can do that. So, great and honored to have you in my class. Let's begin. We are on page 4. This is number 2. Let's play open D. So, I want you to see if you're holding your violin. What we want is the instrument to be sort of level with your shoulders. It can go down a little bit. We don't want it up too high. Just a comfortable place. You might need some type of support, a shoulder rest, or a sponge, something like that. Everyone's a little bit different. Alright, we'll hold the violin like this. For now, you can hold it right here or here. We're not ready to play yet with the fingers of the left hand, so we'll hold off on that. Your bow, you want to hold, this is the professional hold. My thumb is inside the stick, and my fingers are draped over the top of the stick. I call that the professional hold. Kind of looks like that. Also, if that's difficult for you, you might try the beginner's hold. And that's just the thumb is lightly placed underneath, the fingers come over, your hand is kind of open, like that. There's the beginner's hold. So, usually for smaller people, that tends to work a little bit better at first. Alright? I'm going to hold professional hold because I'm a professional. Now, let's begin. This is Let's Play Open D. See if you can play along with me. What we're learning is to read music, note where the note is on the staff line, and also we're learning about rests, which are very important. The rests look like the little lightning rods. So you have 3 quarter notes, meaning each note gets 1 beat, and then you have a quarter rest, which is 1 beat of silence. I'm going to play it. See if you can play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you play the rests? Rests are just as important as the notes. Let's do it again. I like to do something called the echo. I play and then you play what you hear me play. All in good time, alright? Are you ready? Play what I play. Now you. Now me. Now you. Now me. How did you do? Hope you can keep up with me. Now play this. Just kidding. We'll get to that. Keep practicing. You'll be able to do that. Alright? Let's go to Let's Play Open A. See if you can play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be sure you're counting the rests. Just keep your bow on the string. We just try to freeze in place. Alright? Let's do that one again. Let's play open A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, very good. Now, to get a good sound on the violin or the cello or anything you want to play, you have to move the bow in a straight line as much as possible, parallel to the bridge. So I like to say middle. Take the middle of the bow and you want to put it in the middle of the string, between the end of the fingerboard and the bridge, and move it as straight as you can. Just try to stay in this area with the bow. I call it the box. If you stay in the box, you're going to have a really good sound. And that's probably the most important thing that you can learn as a beginner. Alright, stay in the box. Also, you have a little slight tilt of the stick away from you. Looks like that. Alright, start in the middle. You might notice if your bow is very straight, look at my forearm, my elbow, my shoulder, my bow. I call it the magic square. This is the perfect setup for you beginners to start. If you are in this square formation, you can look in the mirror and see yourself. You know you're going to have a great sound. Now when you do a down bow from this position, you go out, you get into what I call the big triangle. See my hand, the bow, and up to my shoulder, and then across to where the bow is touching the string. I go up a little more, I'm in the magic square again. If I go up to the frog, the lower part of the bow, I've created what I call the small triangle. For right now, let's just stay in the middle. Alright, there's the A string. Now, number 4, two's a team, we're going to be going back and forth between the D string and the A string, which, if you haven't figured it out yet, those are the 2 middle strings on your violin. You have 4 strings. The highest one is E, then A, then D, and then the lowest one is G. We're going to concentrate on the 2 middle strings for the first couple of weeks of class to get you going. Alright? Let's go to number 4, two's a team. Now you're going to have to go from the D string to the A string and back. And all you have to do is just kind of pick your elbow up in the air and drop it down. Up for the D string, down for the A string. Back and forth. Alright, I'm going to play it for you, and then we'll do it together. Two's a team. 1, 2, ready, and. Very good. Let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, and. Very nice. Next song, At Pierrot's Door. Again, these get a little more complicated. You just have 2 strings, but now they're putting rests in different places and notes in new places. Let's try At Pierrot's Door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to the next page. Now, as you're studying your music, learning how to play, also be absorbing all the information that's in the little yellow squares that talk about the clef, the time signatures, all the information you need to know about reading music. We must listen, but we also must understand what we're doing. So I will quiz you on that in class. For right now, let's just concentrate on making good sound on the violin, playing in time, alright, and really try to memorize your music as much as possible. Let's do jumping jacks. Not real jumping jacks, but the song jumping jacks. Number 6. 1, 2, ready, and. Again. Alright, there you go. Did that song seem a little familiar to you? It's really Two's a Team. They just dressed it up with a treble clef, the time signature, a double bar at the end. Just the little fine touches of musical printing and reading that you'll understand. Alright, let's try and mix them up. Now this one, you're going to go back and forth between the 2 strings, up and down. So, keep your, whatever you do, whichever string you're on, I would stay there. Don't try and pick your bow up in the air. It's a good way to make a not so good sound. So, keep it on the string, just like that. Let's do mix 'em up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Let's try that again. Let's try the echo. I'm going to play a measure, you repeat it. I'll go to the next measure, you repeat it, back and forth. See if you can do what I do. I jumped ahead to the last measure. Let's do that one again. There's the whole song again. You must play louder. I don't think I can hear you. Here we go. How did you do? Now let's play the whole song. Play with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. How did you do? Let's do what we call a bow check. I want you to check and see how you're holding your bow. Again, professional hold is the thumb goes underneath the stick of the bow. There's a little crook in there. Set the tip of your thumb in there and then drape your fingers over the top. Curved, and then the pinky sits on the back like that. Beginner's hold is the thumb can come under the frog and the fingers come over the top, but they're not as curved. They can be a little more loose and a little more open. Alright? So during class, I might ask you for a bow check. You're going to hold up your bow and show me that you're holding it correctly. Alright? Again, watch your posture. Slouching, sitting back in your chair, unacceptable. I've never seen a violinist that looked sloppy play well. Those violinists that look like they know what they're doing usually do. And I want you to do that from the very beginning. Alright, 2 more songs. Let's do Count Carefully and the Essential Elements quiz. So number 8, Count Carefully. They're introducing you to the repeat sign. When you see the repeat sign at the end of a song, it means play it again. So we're going to do that 2 times. Count carefully. See if you can keep up with me, and then we might try a little echo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. How did you do? Let's try a little bit of an echo, alright? Now you might need to tap your foot. In class we'll get the metronome going to keep a beat. The rests are just as important as the notes. We have to play those in time too. Alright, so maybe tap your foot along and let's do an echo. 1, 2, echo, so. Rest, rest. You play D, D, rest, rest. Rest, rest. A, rest, rest. Rest. D, rest. A, rest. Rest. D, A, D, rest. Let's do this one again. See if you can just play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. could you do? One more. Here's the quiz. Essential Elements quiz. We're going to put everything together. Working on your bow, your posture, reading the notes, listening to me, and trying to memorize it. Alright? And remember the rests. I'm going to play it through with the repeats, then see how if you can join me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I want you to do is get as beautiful a sound as you can from the very beginning. Oftentimes we think of a beginning violinist sounding like so. Not so happy, huh? It doesn't have to be like that. Usually it sounds like that when you're squeezing the bow too tightly and pressing too hard. You don't have to do that. Make your hand feel soft. Keep this form. But you can make a beautiful sound like that. Draw the bow straight, and you'll know whether you need to use more or less by how it sounds. If I go like this, not enough. If I go like this, maybe too much. You'll find a happy medium. You'll know when it sounds good. Let's do this one again, and I'll see you in class. Play with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Review this tape several times a day, and I think you will be successful in orchestra. I'll see you next week. Happy practicing. Bye-bye.